You weren't born thinking that your cellulite was bad. Right? Like, you didn't come out of your mama's womb like, oh my God, like, what's this cellulite? You know? I'm really passionate about this. Like, I just want to drill into your head. If you could hear me every single day in your head saying, beauty isn't real. You are perfect as you are. That's my dream. Hello. Why did I do that? I don't ever say hello like that. Okay, anyways, hello. What's up, homie? Stretch marks, cellulite, wrinkles. Have you ever struggled with those? Have you ever asked yourself, like, why the wrinkles on your face bother you? I got wrinkles. I don't know. Have you ever asked yourself, like, why they bother you so much? Do they affect your health? Okay, let's be real. Beauty is fake. Sounds so weird to say that, right? Beauty is fake. There is no such thing as beautiful. Now, we call people beautiful, and we mean it, sister. If I tell you you're beautiful, you are beautiful. But beauty is a social construct. Okay, I'm going to sociology nerd out on you for a second, but I'm going to keep it like homegirls, we're just hanging out talking about, like, this is normal, right? So beauty is a social construct, meaning that it's fake, meaning that our society has made up. It's made up. It's like your kids, right? I don't have kids, but kids make up stuff all the time. They create ideas of animals, they play, they do all these things, and they just make stuff up. You're like, where did that come from? That's what beauty actually is. When we sit down and we think about it, beauty is a social construct. It is not real. There's no way to say, like, how do you know, friend? How do you know when you reach quote unquote beauty? You might have an idea in your mind, but where did that idea come from? Social constructs means that our society constructed it, meaning that we made it. Meaning that it's not just like, it's fake. It's not real. Like, for example, if you viewed, and I want to talk about this today because so many of us are striving for beauty, right? We're doing all of the things. Maybe you're trying to get smaller because you think that's what beauty is, or maybe you're trying to get your butt bigger, or maybe you're trying to get your eyelashes perfect, or you're getting your eyebrows drawn on, or you're doing your makeup, whatever. And I'm not hating on any of those things, okay? But what we need, but beauty, we have to talk about this, because if we're striving for that, number one, we're never going to reach it. We'll talk about that in a second, but we're never going to reach that ideal beauty situation. There's no way to reach that. So what we're doing is actually this message is getting sent down to the little girls in our lives. So whether you have a daughter, you have a niece, you're a teacher, and you have lots of girls in your classroom, the little girls in our lives, the boys in our lives are also getting this message that girls are supposed to look a certain way. They're supposed to be striving for this perfect way of looking. And that should be their number one goal. And you can't argue with me on this. I mean, you can, but you're going to lose, okay? But the reason why I say that is because anywhere you look, we're getting the message loud and clear. We can blame social media all we want. And that's what we like to do now in this day and age. We want to blame social media. But before even social media was here, we had commercials that we watched. And they're still commercials. We have ads now on social media. We have a thing called YouTube. We have all of these things. We have billboards. I literally was just driving the other day. Oh, made me so mad. And I didn't get a picture. But I was driving the other day, and there was this advertisement for this company that puts designs on cars. But it was something about drive naked or something. And what do you think was on the billboard? A naked woman. A naked woman with, like, some decals, like, covering her. For an advertisement for a car design. We objectify women because we're sold this idea of beauty, and that women's only goal in life is to be beautiful. And so all this does, it hurts us. But the reason why I also really want to talk about it today is that I want us to keep this in mind as we're talking with our girls, the girls in our lives. if we're trying to help them understand, right? For so long, I thought I was crazy. I thought, why can I not love my body? Why do I hate my cellulite? Why do I wear shorts in or wear pants in 100-degree temperatures because I'm so petrified of someone seeing my cellulite? Why do I do these things? Why do I try to fit into these clothes? Why do I wear these shoes? Why do I do this? And it just kept coming back to what's wrong with me. Have you ever felt that way? Like, why can't I love my body? This is the reason why. Because we've made up this idea of beauty and expect women to try to achieve it. And the girls are getting the message loud and clear. And so if there's something, if you're trying to support and help a young girl in your life love and appreciate her own body, this might be something to know that could help her come to grasp with that, of that there's nothing wrong with her. Right? So beauty is a social construct, which means it's fake, we made it up. So in other societies, right, if you go to other countries, or even within our own country, wherever you are, you can go to different parts of a country and see how people are. What is beautiful in one place will not be beautiful in another, right? One place it might be beautiful to be super skinny, long blonde hair. In another place, what's beautiful to them might be having a larger waist, a larger hips, long brown or short brown hair. I don't know, okay? One place it might be straight hair, one place it might be curly hair, one place it might be thick, one place it might be small, one place it might be, you get the point. If you look across different cultures and countries and societies, you will see the differences and what is considered beautiful. And if you try to fit in one place, you're going to have to be one way, and then you're going to have to change your choices and how you portray yourself and how you try to become beautiful. You're going to have to change those things to fit into what beauty is in another place, if you choose to try to do that. So when we can understand this, we can understand that it's not our fault and that there's no way we could ever be quote unquote beautiful, because there's not one way to be beautiful. It's based on our society that made this decision for all of us. And it changes, right? We can talk about different countries, but think about the different years. What's beautiful now wasn't beautiful 50 years ago. And what was beautiful 50 years ago wasn't beautiful 100 years ago. So there's no one way to be beautiful. The reality is that in our society, there's a $550 billion industry that profits by telling us our flaws, by pointing out our flaws, so that way we want to invest money and our time and energy into changing them. That's why we buy eyebrows and buy eyelashes and do makeup and fix our hair in a certain way and use different creams and potions and lotions to get rid of wrinkles and cellulite and stretch marks. And if you look at all of the advertising, the first thing they point out is your flaws. But who decided that that was a flaw? So, beauty is a social construct, meaning that it's fake, which, if you're like me, that makes me just feel like I can take a deep breath, right? Okay. Like, I'll never achieve it. That's cool. Like, it's not a thing. Like, it's not real. I don't have to achieve this thing because it's never going to be achievable to anyone. So we also get to realize that there's such thing called science. I love science. I think it's cool. I'm not really, like, I don't know much about science. I do social science, so it's a little different. But according to science, so just for one example, like, think about this, right? So again, for me, it was always my cellulite. I wanted to get rid of it. I spent all of my high school graduation money on a procedure to get rid of my cellulite, which, by the way, didn't work, so don't do that. But that was something from about 6th grade. I only wore pants. Even when I would be in Orlando at Disney World, I would be wearing pants in 100-degree humidity. Like, what? all because I thought something was wrong with my body because it wasn't beautiful enough. But what I know now, when we can look at science, cellulite, for example, you can look up anything, wrinkles, whatever. But cellulite, women, like, here's just the science behind it. Women have connective tissues arranged vertically under the skin. And I don't know this, but a medical resource told me this. Okay? I'm not trying to act like I know medicine. I don't. Okay? But women have connective tissues arranged vertically under the skin, where men do not. Cellulite fat cells can push through the vertical connective tissues and against the outer layer of skin where it is easily seen on females. Isn't that lovely? That's beautiful, right? In men's, it's not vertically. It's different. And that's why majority of women do have cellulite. It doesn't affect our health. It doesn't affect it doesn't affect our heart. It doesn't affect our body, our ability to walk. It doesn't affect nothing. The only thing that it affects is how we feel about our bodies because we've been told that it's ugly and we need to change it. So with that being said, then isn't it cool that then we can say, okay, well, scientifically, it's not my fault that I have cellulite. Scientifically, this is normal. But we don't ever think about these things because we just live in this world that keeps telling us beauty, 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 and here's how to get rid of your cellulite. So, I want, though, before I jump off of here, because I know I've kind of been on a tangent, I'm really passionate about this, I just want to drill into your head. If you could hear me every single day in your head saying, beauty isn't real, you are perfect as you are, that's my dream. Okay, that's what I was put on this earth to do, is to shift your mindset around how you feel about your body. So you love and appreciate your body so you can think about it less, go live your best life. So I do want to give you a few things to do that you can do to feel more beautiful. Because what I need you to know is that it does feel real. For me, for you, and your feelings are valid. We live in this society that it drains us, right? It floods our brain with all of these negative thoughts about our bodies. And so it's only natural to want to be, quote unquote, more beautiful. It's only natural to want to change our bodies when we're told all the time, that's the goal. So I don't want you blaming yourself or getting frustrated with yourself if you don't love and appreciate your body as it is right now, because your feelings are valid. We live in this society, okay? So there's no need to get upset with yourself. So how can we feel more beautiful? Here are 4 quick ways. You ready? I think I have 4. I don't even know. I'm just going to roll with it. All right. I know it's annoying to be interrupted. Just give me 1 second. If you are a woman who really wants to transform your health and fitness, but do it in a way that is body confident, that creates a healthy relationship with your body, that also focuses on self-love and confidence, but maybe you're like me and you didn't want to just completely turn your whole life upside down. You simply just want to make small, healthy changes, one little baby step at a time. If you're saying, yes, girl, then the Powerhouse Moves program is for you. This is a program I designed where I literally am your coach in your back pocket. Every morning I send you a message of positive, motivational, but also I give you a Powerhouse Move Challenge of the week to help you step into your powerhouse life by making small powerhouse moves every single week with me, motivating, inspiring you, pushing you. I also send you a workout every week. Sometimes it's a dance fitness workout, sometimes it's a boot camp workout, sometimes it's a cardio kickboxing, and sometimes it's a stretch. You never know what you're gonna get. The point remains the same though, is that the goal is to help you make powerhouse moves to live your best life. If you are here for that, then let's freaking do this. Find more information in the show notes. Okay, back to what we were chatting about before. So I want you to write down your top 3 life priorities. If you're not driving right now, write it down. If you're driving, just think. You're really good at thinking. I know you are. Write down your top 3 life priorities, or think about your top 3 life priorities. Is it your family? Is it career? Is it travel? Is it financial, freedom? What are your life goals? 3 of them. Okay, I'm not going to pause too long because that's awkward on a podcast, but if you were my client, I would take a big pause right here and allow you the time to do that. But what I want you to ask yourself then is being beautiful on your top list of 3 life priorities? Did you write down be perfectly beautiful, have the perfect body? Did you write that down as one of your top 3 life priorities? If not, then you don't need to consume your brain with trying to achieve that. It's not a priority. What you get to do, right? So how do you feel more beautiful? You focus on your strengths, you focus on your passions, and you focus on your priorities. Because when you can focus on your priorities, what's actually important to you in your life, that takes the time and energy away from trying to change yourself and puts the time and energy into something that actually fuels your life, that brings you joy, that makes you happy, that at the end of your lifetime you can look back and be like, yes, I focused on my priorities. Yes, I went, my strengths, I utilized those to the fullest. My passion, I used that, man. I fueled my passion. I made that a priority. You will feel more beautiful when you're tuned into who you truly are and what you truly want, and you take action on that. Okay? You got me, homie? Okay. I'm getting a little silly here. So next, I want you to ask yourself 2 important questions. I believe in my soul that one of the main reasons why we struggle with a healthy relationship with ourselves and with our bodies is because we don't ask enough questions. We are just going through life, just doing and being and experiencing the way that the world wants us to, rather than getting critical in a positive way and asking ourselves questions. So 2 questions that really support me when I'm struggling with my body image is I ask, where did these thoughts come from? Where did these thoughts come from? Because you'll probably quickly realize they didn't come from yourself. You weren't born thinking that your cellulite was bad, right? Like, you didn't come out of your mama's womb like, oh my God, like, what's this cellulite? You know? I feel like my cellulite probably was there when I was born because, like, there's so much, like, it had to be there when I was born, but, you know, whatever. I don't know. But, right? Like, where did these thoughts come from? They didn't come from naturally just you thinking it. If you never entered society and you were trapped, this isn't good. I'm not suggesting that we do this. If you were trapped in a room from the time you were born and you never experienced the outside world, you would never think that something was wrong with your body. Am I right or am I right? So where did these thoughts come from? Maybe it's family, maybe it's school, maybe it's, you know, kids that said something to you. Maybe you remember watching MTV and just thinking, oh my gosh, that person's body is perfect. Like, or maybe you saw commercials, or maybe you saw ads in a magazine. Whatever. Where did these thoughts come from? And the second question is, does this really matter to me? And this kind of goes back to those priorities. Just asking yourself, right? There are plenty of times still. I have a very healthy relationship with my body. And I work on it every day, though. It's a daily choice. And so there are plenty of days, though, where I will go in front of a mirror and I will start picking myself apart. I'm normal. I'm just like everybody else. And so we get to be equipped with some tools and strategies that will help us in those moments. And so this is a question I often ask myself is, okay, Danielle, you're freaking out over this. Does this really matter to you? Is this really important? And when I really think about it, I'm like, dude, no. Okay. It's stressing me out and it's annoying to me right now, but at the end of the day, it really isn't that important to me. And I really could be focusing on my priorities. And then I try to move on. Does it always work? No. But for the most part, asking ourselves these deep questions allows ourselves to come back to what's actually important to us. And a lot of times it's not how we look. So third thing is, think your thoughts. Okay, I know, kind of weird, but think your thoughts. I often like to think, even if my mind is like, oh my gosh, Danielle, ew, what, you got more wrinkles today. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. I really do say that sometimes. Thanks for your feedback, but today we aren't going there. And we're going to think this instead. We're going to focus on this instead. You do not, my friend, you don't have to entertain your thoughts or believe them. We have about, I don't even know, science says like 60, 70,000 thoughts a day. And there's a whole, we can talk about this later, but your brain does cool stuff to like help you sift out the things and figure out what thoughts it actually lets in and which thoughts it doesn't. And these are thoughts that if you have them and you recognize them, your brain has allowed them in. That doesn't mean that they are true. It doesn't mean that you have to believe them. But in my opinion, when we have these thoughts, they are thoughts that are trying to help us. I think many of our thoughts are just trying to help us, right? Maybe it's a fear, right? We're afraid. Maybe one time I got made fun of for my knees being big. That's a true story. I got called big knees. And so forever, I just kept thinking like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with my knees? I hate my knees. I hate my knees. And so that almost sounded like Hercules, totally opposite. But you get it. So where was I even going with that thought? So there are times, right, where I can look in the mirror and think, oh my gosh, like I have big knees. And what my thoughts are, I'm assuming trying to do is protect me, right? They're gearing me up that there could be a chance in my life where I could walk out into the world and someone make fun of me. And that's a fear because it knows that's a fear for me because of how my body reacts. And so I like to think my thoughts. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Maybe you're trying to help me out here, but we ain't thinking that way today. Here's the thoughts that I want you to have instead. And then I try to go back to those purpose, passion, priorities, strengths, the things that are really important. Finally, what I would suggest, if you really want to feel beautiful, we know it's not real, but if you want to feel more beautiful, treat your body in a beautiful way. Here's what I mean by that. You get to heal that relationship with your body. If you are struggling with wanting to be beautiful, but you don't feel beautiful, that means that there's a disconnect with your body, right? We're fighting against it, right? I want to love my knees, but my knees are saying, hey girl, you're big. And I remember that time in my life where someone said that to me, right? So now I have this pull, right? Like this fight with myself of I want to love you, but I'm struggling because I've had this experience. So if you want to heal your relationship with your body, I want you to think about one thing you can do today to treat your body in a loving way. Right? Actions, we tell other people this, right? Like actions speak louder than words. Someone tells you they're going to like do something and you think, yeah, you've told me that 100 times. It's not going to happen. Actions speak louder than words. The same is true for your body. The same is true for you loving and appreciating your body. Is that take more beautiful actions toward your body because that's going to send the signal to your brain that, hey girl, I got you. We're treating our body in a loving way. Now guess what? Our thoughts are going to start being a little bit more loving. Is it going to happen overnight? No, duh. But it will help you get to more of a point where you do start loving your body a bit more because you've shown your body on a consistent basis that you love it enough to take loving action towards it. So maybe it's a workout, but maybe it's rest. Maybe it's doing something you enjoy, like reading a book. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's playing a fun game with your kids. Maybe it's, eating a veggie. Maybe it's eating a cupcake. Maybe it's what can you do that you can treat your body in a loving, beautiful way today. Because every single second, listen, my friend, okay, so those were my 4. You got those? Okay. Listen, I'm going to go off on a little tangent because I love you so freaking much. I see your beauty. I wish that you could see the way that other people see you. I see how beautiful you are. I see your passion. I see your purpose. I see your strengths. And so all I want for you is to truly know that you are beautiful exactly as you are. Because the beauty expectations of the world are fake. You will never achieve them. So why are we striving for them? Who decided what a flaw was? Who decided what beauty was? Who decided what imperfection is? Who decided what perfection is? You get to decide, and all I want you to do is to take your strengths and your passion and your purpose and to focus on those, because when we can focus on those, we can then long term fall more in love with ourselves. And when we fall more in love with ourselves, we now can create a healthier relationship with our body because it's part of us. So all of this to say, you are beautiful. But beauty, the way that we have been sold it, isn't real. And there are key things, like these 4 quick things you can try today to start treating your body in a loving way, to think your thoughts and let them go, to ask yourself those important questions about where did these thoughts come from and do they really matter to me? And then writing and focusing on our top priorities. Because when we do that, we can think about our bodies less. And when we think about our bodies less, we are living our best, most powerful lives. And that's where true joy comes from. And that's where true power comes from. And that, my friend, is pretty powerful. So choose one thing today that you're going to do that treats your body in a loving way. Can I get a yes, girl, I'm on this? Hey, yes, high fives. I don't know. This is the weird part about podcasts, is that I can't see you and that bothers me. But I want you to share with me what that one thing is. Tell me about it. Let me hold you accountable. That's what I'm here for. I already told you my purpose and my passion and my priorities is to be part of your journey and helping you create that healthy, happy, powerful life. So let me in on your journey, homegirl. All right, before I let you go, as you know, positive reviews for podcasts, especially newer podcasts, are so critical. So if this podcast served you, if you had an aha moment, or maybe I could try that, or maybe that's why I have these thoughts, or maybe someone else could benefit from this, please click share it to your socials, send it to a friend, tag me if you have thoughts that you want to share. I want your thoughts, your opinions, your beliefs, all the things that are happening in your world that relate to this. I'd love to hear it. But please drop a 5-star review. Tell me all the things and share this on social. I appreciate you. I believe in you. You are freaking beautiful, exactly as you are. Have the best day, and I will see you, not see you, but I will talk to you on the next one. Okay,